G'day Fishos, Brent from Tackawell, Port Stephens with albeit a late report. We've had a busy day here in the shop, lots of stock coming in, new computer to do. So it's been absolutely flat out lead up to Christmas. Good thing is fishing's unreal at the moment. It's getting to my favourite time of the year. And that's when the water warms up on the inshore and the offshore and those marlin turn up. So won't be far away. Reports today that the actual water on the inshore is about 24 degrees, but I think that's going to change. We've got a couple of northerlies over the weekend, so I think it might roll it over a little bit. Haven't heard of any marlin on the inshore. Did hear of a whale shark at Broughton Island, but you just never know. So it's looking good. It's looking good for the season as well. So looking towards the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, northerly winds, warm temperatures, 35 degrees on Sunday. So make the most of that weather. Good beach weather if you ask me. What's happening in the bay? Well, bay's been fishing fantastically, if that's a word. Plenty of whiting in the bay if you're keen on doing that. Lots of sand whiting around, water's warmed up. Any of the beaches are fishing well. Call out Jimmy's Beach, Shoal Bay, all those nice beaches fishing well. Key is fish the incoming tide, fish a live worm, really light leader, light sinker. Don't cast New Zealand with a big sinker. The whiting are right at your feet. So if you're keen on the whiting, that's the go on the bait at the moment. If you want to fish the flats towards Taylor's Beach, up towards Tarlee, all those areas on the incoming tide, you will get them on the surface lures. There's also been some big bream caught on surface lures this week as well. So fishing the bay, good. Some nice flatties around. You would have seen some stuff on our social media. There's been some nice ones. Harley got a nice one on a Vibe, 70 plus centimetres, and there's still plenty around. So those shallows will be worth a shot for big flatties at the moment. A few dewies around still. I know Harley's just been into them. He's doing the early morning tides and getting some really nice fish both on live baits and vibes. So still doing pretty well on the Mulloway at the moment. A few salmon in the bay, a couple of tailor as well. So if you're keen on casting around, just look for the birds diving in. You'll get some salmon and tailor at the moment as well. I wouldn't be surprised with this warmer water, like I said. Might be a few bonito turning up. I know there's a couple of kings down the breakwall as well. So it's all happening in the bay. Get your crab traps in just before Christmas. There are a few blue swimmers around, but keep an eye on your traps. There's a bit of share farming going around at this time of year. Some people just get a little bit too greedy, unfortunately, but give that a go at the moment. The beaches, they're fishing unbelievably well, especially our northern beaches like Fingal and Samurai, Boxy. Been fishing really well. That water's a little bit better. Down south there, the water's a little bit dirty. We're still fishing it. Plenty of whiting around. We're selling so many live worms we can't keep up. So there's plenty of whiting on the beaches, some really nice brim. There's also still plenty of salmon around. Sent one visiting customer up to Fingal with a Maria duplex, and he smashed the salmon. So plenty of salmon in the surf if you want to have a spin. They're really good fun as well. A few tailor mixed in. So definitely worth fishing the beaches. Might be worth having a crack at a Mulloway this weekend. We've got the lead up to the full moon. So definitely worth a shot on the beaches at the moment. So give that a go. On the rocks, well, few bonito starting to turn up. I know there's a couple caught off 1 mile point. I wouldn't say they're thick, but if you're keen on doing that, going for a spin, you might find some bonito, small kingies, and plenty of salmon around at the moment too. So give that a crack at the moment if you're keen on spinning the ocean rocks. Tomarine might be worth a shot for a few bonito. A little bit early yet, been asked about longtails. I think it's just a tad early yet. Haven't heard even up the coast, so a little bit early for that type of thing. But there will be kings around, and definitely offshore at the moment there's a few kings. So on the offshore scene, I spoke to Brad off Dr. Hook, or Pacific Blue Charters. The water moved in really nice over the V Reef today, 24 degrees. Plenty of bait there. It might be worth a shot at an early black marlin or even a stripe marlin. I think you'll find there'd be more stripes on the inshore this time of year when that water pushes in rather than black marlin, but definitely worth a go. I think the water's going to move around a fair bit. Don't think it's going to stay there, especially these northerly winds. I think it'll roll over pretty quickly, but if you can get out there and give it a quick crack, you might get lucky. He caught plenty of nice kings over the last week, some really nice fish up to 1 metre long, live baiting on those reefs on the inner V, outer V, all that particular area there. So if you're keen on doing that, there are some good kings around, some really good kings around the islands as well. Spoke to Troy, slow trolled some live swallowing mackerel, got some really nice kings around the island, so definitely worth doing that. Snapper on the deeper reefs as well as trag as well. So that's what's happening around the reefs. Urella's fishing pretty well down there. Should be some nice water starting to push in there. There was some dirty water moving up, but I think the southerlies pushed it away, so definitely worth a shot down that way. The tank mark for a few trag at the moment, and there'll be a few mulloway on the reefs as well. So on those deeper reefs, when the water warms up, there's a few mulloway there as well, so give that a crack. Now, spoke to Timmy Dean off the Calypso. They fished last weekend. They caught a blue marlin out on the shelf, raised a couple more as well. Spoke Tomo, he fished in his trailer boat during the week, had 3 bites on lures. So if you want to head to the shelf, although that northerly looks a little bit iffy, it might be worth a shot and troll a few lures or a few skip baits. Bait was a little bit scarce, but if there's blue marlin out there, definitely get the lures in the water and have a crack at those. So all in all, looks like a good weekend. It's going to be nice and warm. Enjoy it while you can, because the weekends have been terrible. We're only a week away till the big man comes down the chimney, and not too far away until those marlin turn up. Anyway, till next week, we'll talk then.